All right. Yeah, that's that's it.
How
That's
are,
it. Let me um.
how are you?
I am trying to give you. I'm trying to give you how great I am right now.
All
Our
right.
man.
Well, yeah, let's get going. It's 8:30 sharp.
Yes. And what do you see behind me?
I see the fastest network digital. Is that what it is?
No, 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 no. I want to see this.
Or
This.
is it the bigger the guy who just had twins?
Ah!
Uh, all right, I like that. Yeah. I thought you were showing me the bigger I thought you were showing me the bigger better network for a second there, you know?
No, 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 no. They are our legends. And
Okay.
it's twin legends are here, which is Shelley and the great man, both. So,
All right.
and it just created some more legends, right?
Well,
So tonight we want to look at how are we going to create some legends in Jamaican stock market? Are we the new legends of the Jamaican stock market or of stocks? I don't know. But Mark, welcome, and we're going to introduce you in our normal money matters style. If persons join in late, they're going to miss this intro because it's the biggest intro today. Money matters.
well,
All right. More money. That's Notorious B.I.G. And it's a more money, more problem. People said the Jamaican stock market had problems in the COVID. To date, they have gone 10% since January, a rise in the main index. So what does that tell us? And I'm
Delroy, Delroy, you're showing your age with that song, man. I was in high school in the days of those song, man. I think Mace is a pastor now or something like that, right?
Well, I just had to find that one tonight because people are having problems still. And you want to know, did I have problems with my portfolio? Have I switched? No, I have done nothing like that more than just adding some other things that we're going to run through. So it's just that I have no problem. More money, no problem.
No problem.
Yes, man.
We like that.
So we're welcoming everyone tonight. David, Dwayne, Mark, you know the usual that we have to take some. All right, but we're going to go right into it, Mark. The guys have been requesting you stock for stock. So stock to stock is where we are going tonight. So the genesis behind it, guys, for you joining for the very first time, is that Mark look at stocks and Mark actually is Mark, just introduce yourself tonight, man. Reintroduce yourself.
Sure. Delroy, thanks for having me. I know your money matters. We did this a couple of months ago. You really introduced it. And, we spoke about, from my side, I spoke about Super 6 stocks. I think you spoke about 6 stocks as well. To recap, the 6 stocks that I really spoke about were, Grace Kennedy, Mailpac, Derrimon Trading, Seprad, Indies Pharma, and National Commercial Financial Group, or NCB. So I think those were the 6 I spoke about, and that really frames the evening. And then you had spoken about 6 as well. I think it was a couple of months ago. Some have performed very well. 1 or 2 have really thrown in a clinker, as they say. Especially one has been a little bit of a non-starter, but I'm still buying into it. So we're going to talk about that tonight. And then, Delroy, what were the ones that you spoke about or you were bullish on from when we first got going on Know Your Money Matters?
I'm in love with FosRich. It's like a legend.
and you've actually had Cecil on your show.
Yeah. Oh yes. He joined us a few months ago. Yes, definitely. So as a matter of fact, when it came to the program, the stock was $5. Shortly after that, it peak out at $10. I don't need to say anything more. So if you want a good stock, come to Money Matters. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. So Supreme Ventures, you know, I am crazy about that one because I'm a part of Supreme Ventures setup. I actually had at the time, I have JSE, I have Proven, and I spoke on Mayberry Jamaican Equities. And I also had Mayberry Jamaican Equities on Money Matters as well. So those were the ones that I was primarily bullish on.
Okay, and very creative and unusual picks by Know Your Money Matters, but some of them are paying off, Delroy.
Big time, not just paying off, big time.
Who did you have from Mayberry Jamaican Equities on your show? Who did you have on at the time?
Dan Tiak, the Senior Vice President Investments.
Okay. Yeah. Excellent. So what's the best performing stock, or what are the two best performing stocks since you made your picks since that time?
Well, FosRich has run away, and the beautiful thing about it is that Supreme Ventures has taken itself back from $14 and change to top $20. It is now at $19.95 today. So
yeah,
have nothing to complain about, right? Yeah, those two. You asked me about two, so I'm giving you two. How's yours? Go ahead.
Well, any stocks that you kind of reminiscent about, or any one or two that you kind of said, boy, have disappointed you, that you might need to reconfigure the portfolio, rebalance, or you might kind of get rid of those going into the second half of the year or 2021?
No, what is puzzling to me is the JSE listed company itself.
Yes.
Because I cannot understand why the market not salivating over that. Because that's the actual stock exchange itself. Yeah, the actual stock exchange stock, the JSE listed stock. I just can't read between it. Because in terms of stability, in terms of every transaction that trade they get set off it. I mean, what else can you ask for?
But it says the last quarter or two though for the actual stock exchange, which we always have to remind your viewers it's a listed company, is that you feel that the stock should be doing better even though some of the cess revenues have been down.
Yeah, they definitely should be doing better. I trying to see some of the comments here. All right. Welcome, Claudia. Welcome. Mark, you probably have to read this for me tonight.
Yeah. No, man. No problem. No problem. I don't have the glasses yet, but they're coming on. So Delroy, for my two top performers, I tell you, I mean, Mailpac has pulled back a bit. It looks like Mailpac is really growing revenue. Their last quarter, they grew revenues by about 28.5%. So Mailpac seems to be reminding me a little bit about like Creamy, like Caribbean Cream a year ago when Caribbean Cream was growing top line and giving up profitability. I really love Mailpac. I think Mailpac is going to do good things. They might need a little bit of time because you saw even where costs are now up 300% or 400% or some type of, crazy amount to do, whether it's sea freight or air freight. So I think, that's a concern, but I love Mailpac.
Hold on. Don't go yet past Mailpac. You have a comment here, and I need you to take that comment from Jody.
Well, it's a great compliment. Yes, I guess I need to jump on the program more, Jody. Yeah, thank you for that comment.
All right. Well, listen. You spoke of Mailpac, and I keep no secret from you, my friend. I actually bought Mailpac in January.
Okay, what price? What average price did you get into Mailpac at?
It was $2 something. So I am at 40%. I am at over 40% since January.
So even though Okay, so even though it raced up in price and it has kind of pulled back since the earnings came out a bit flat with Mailpac, you are actually significantly up now.
So I am roughly at 40%, and I am not selling it yet. I will tell you that.
Well,
so we had
Delroy, I tell you, my outlook for Mailpac, I really think it's a $6 per share stock. I think it can go even higher. I think it was well on its way there before, you know, our market. Our market is just earnings, earnings, and earnings. And so once the market saw the earnings flat, it just kind of demolished the stock and pull it back to wherever it is, 350, 380, but basically pull it back to 4 or below. But it was just moving well up there, like a roller coaster, only going up, not down.
All right. What is interesting enough? When I did 2 stocks in the January, right? And Mailpac was one, and I did the program with Denise. And I said, I am giving you these stocks that I guarantee will make me more than 30% by year end.
Okay.
Mailpac made me over 40% in 4 months. So I'm easy with it. I don't need to rush it anyway. I'm just so sorry I don't have my dividend checks tonight. But I can assure you, Mailpac is one. $6 for me, it's supposed to go higher than $6.
Right. No, I tell you another one, Delroy, we spoke about. I knew it was going to do well, but I didn't expect it to do so well. And you can see it's very popular now on Twitter. Is the sleeper, Grace Kennedy. Grace Kennedy has made, I mean, you talk, everybody on Twitter now is saying, boy, it's at 100 and it's going to go to 150. So it more or less doubled. Yeah.
It closed at 99.95 today. And I posted, go back to my page. All of you can look back at my page. And I said, great company. As a matter of fact, I won't say what the comment I made about Grace. And I have Grace. And I have received my package. And I will say nothing more on Grace. As a matter of fact.
Delroy, with your super analytical skills, do you think it is Dan Webb is, public persona now and he has built his social media profile that's doing it? Or is it the company's earnings? Or is it a mixture of the two?
Look here, in 1 quarter when you can have revenues of over 31 billion and you are having net profit attributed to shareholders of 1.64 billion. The only other company that came close to that I can recall is Supreme Ventures. So it just goes to show.
And we know Supreme Ventures is your favorite. We haven't got to that one yet, though.
so on a revenue scale, Grace is there, head and shoulder. And I'm telling you, so it's not just the great done for real, but there are other things that is driving it. And remember, they are well diversified. And they're not only diversified in products, they are diversified regionally, geographically, you name it. So,
do you see them? I mean, Delroy, if you can give us a prediction, do you see Grace Kennedy taking on more mergers and acquisitions, or do you think deals, they did something like, I remember 2 deals in a month, when they hadn't done a deal for almost 10 years. So talk about, they launched this mergers and acquisitions unit under, I think the gentleman's name is Andrew Leo Riney, right? So they even created a strategic M&A unit to show the market that they are serious now about no longer sleeping, but they are serious about buying Jamaican businesses or Caribbean businesses. Do you see more acquisitions on the horizon for Grace?
It's not only Caribbean business. Wherever they think are good businesses, they're going to go for it. And that's why you create that unit. You create that unit for focusing, for focus. And that is reflecting. Fortunately, Grace right now is one of those stocks where the performance of the company is being reflected slowly into the share price. Because share price don't really reflect the performance of companies. But this is one of the classical cases where the market is looking now deep and say, I think this is one that it mirroring, the performance is mirroring the price. Well, Mark, can you read along and take some of the comments? Welcome.
Yes, well, not too many questions yet. I think we'll get there shortly. What about one of your non-performers, Delroy? Did you have anything out of your portfolio 6 that really let you down, or kind of disappointed you, or were all of your 6 stocks star performers?
No, as I said, JSE is not a star performer, but no reason to give it up, none whatsoever, because the fundamentals are there.
So you're still holding on to the stock exchange going into the second half.
Definitely, not that.
So you're a believer in Marlene Street Forest, baby. You're double dipping, or you're going down 2x into Marlene Street Forest on the stock exchange.
I will double up, I will triple up, and I will not give you the secret. and remember, Marlene was also on Money Matters too, Don't forget. So she was also a guest co-host on Money Matters. All right. So need I say no more? No, I can't throw them under the bus. Nah, man. It's only one.
All right.
Okay. It's only one Jamaica Stock Exchange we have. We don't have two,
No, it's a valid point. No, my clinker, Delroy, was actually in this Pharma, and NCB. I'll talk about NCB as the night goes on, but in this Pharma was really doing well. After we spoke about it a couple of months ago, in this Pharma did well, but they just threw out a quarter that was disappointing. I mean, you saw where the CEO, Dr. Mapuri, and the board spoke about, similar to Mailpac, they spoke about actually the cost of importing pharmaceuticals as well as the restrictive curfew really hurt the business, but their earnings were down almost like 70% in a quarter, to my surprise. And the stock price lost about 20% of its market cap. It's still up overall, but it really took a beating, in the share price down to something like $3 and change.
All right. So yes, you have gone 4 out of your 6.
Well, we haven't got to NCB yet, NCB, the old stalwart, with the Guardian Holdings acquisition. We haven't got to NCB yet, but 3 out of 6 or so we've spoken about.
No, but what do you expect for indies going forward? What do you expect? You're throwing them away? You're keeping them? What are you doing?
I'm keeping indies. I think Dr. Mapuri, he's one of those entrepreneurs who, if you saw actually coincidentally, there's an article actually, I think it's in today's media, or it was in yesterday's media, where he says, look, this is where the corporate bond has gone into. This is the R&D. This is where they're going. And he has an enviable track record. So I think they're going to rebound. The year-to-date results, or the first quarter, was a bit better. I think they're going to rebound, Delroy. So the stock is not very liquid. So I'm still going to believe in them, and that the pharmaceuticals, they're going to rebound in the second half of this year.
Boy, I hear you. I have no interest. This is just like how I was decisive when I said I have no interest in Mailpac, and now I am holding Mailpac. I have no interest in indies. But Rumar Butler is asking what happened to Mailpac. I think it's a little bit late. You have to catch it back, because we went extensively through Mailpac, and I have Mailpac going to 7. Mark have it going at 6, going up to 6.
So you can tell him, Butler, we are bullish on Mailpac. We think it's one of the better buys out there. Sub $4, the stock just seems very cheap. It seems like it should not have pulled back, but they grew revenue. The earnings was a bit flat, but it looks like they really were humbugged by just the costs of freight, etc. Although they said they're growing top line. So once that earnings falls to the bottom line, the stock price should shoot. So a good opportunity to get into the stock, especially if you're getting it for $4 and under.
So and Butler, just for clarity, it is one of 2 stocks that Mark and myself agree on. We agree on Mailpac. We agree on Grace. I don't think we agree on anything else, and that's the excitement.
No, so we're only agreeing on 33%, right? So I mean, for the majority, we are just not in agreement, and that's perfectly fine.
So you don't want a piece of FosRich?
No. They're very revenue driven. They have big top line. They had a good quarter though. I think you're benefiting from the recent quarter where the stock price has boomed, and the market, as we discussed, Delroy, the market loves FosRich. I mean, they love. It's like Pandui. They love that CEO. They love Cecil Foster. I mean, they love that CEO. I think I want to see some more earnings come into the company. I mean, they just had a great quarter, but I want to see about 2 or 3 more quarters like that quarter before I fall in love with FosRich as a stock.
Well, I am saying that for 2021, I'm sure they're going to do over 2 billion. I'm not asking that. I am sure. I am absolutely sure.
I don't know, but revenue is not profits. I would prefer Mailpac's net margins are huge. I like Mailpac a lot. You know, I tell you something also is, you know, Supreme Ventures, which is more my sleeper, and I know Supreme Ventures is on your buy list, but I'm gonna add Supreme Ventures to my buy list. So we're gonna agree on another one.
So let us be clear. I am the managing director since February of the Supreme Ventures lending entity. It is clear. So when I speak favorable of Supreme Ventures, it is not because I am leading one of their subsidiaries, but because it's deserving of it. All right? It is deserving. And when you see a company that making strategic buys, what do? You buy them too. This is not an invitation to buy. Check your license financial advisor or broker. But we're having our stock for stock talk. Yes, Mark. So you're joining Supreme Ventures list.
For that one and seeing what they're doing, you know, I think the recent appointment of Solomon Sharp as executive chairman is a good one. I mean, you know, you're not only getting, you know, clearly the Mayberry guys, so, you know, you're really investing in them. So really they're taking a risk and you're jumping on their bandwagon. But now seeing Solomon Sharp appointed executive chairman of, you know, Racing Entertainment Limited, or SVREL, it just seems like a logical choice. I mean, the earnings are there. I think the earnings are going to grow. But, you know, you're getting 3 proven entrepreneurs, basically, that, you know, they got to go to bed at nighttime, and you're just going to jump on their bandwagon. It seems like a logical choice more and more, Delroy. Right. It just seems like that stock is destined for $30 to $50 a share. It seems like a wide band, but you're going to make money. You're going to make money on the giant of entertainment, as they call it.
As the market rebounds, as the market reopens, Arvin is saying, what is the outlook on Derrimon? All right, hold on. Mark answered 4 of his, so I need to go into my next one. And my next one is, so Arvin, your thing will be taken shortly. So MJE has done Tiak came on and said the price, it's below what it's supposed to be. So it's a buy opportunity. And today, you know, they advanced, they're at 9, trying to find my, they're at 9.
Which one, Delroy?
MJE, they went up today and they're at 9.48. So they're heading closer to the $10 that Dan spoke about. And guess what? I am hanging on to it. So remember, MJE is a portfolio of stocks. They buy the best stocks. So I am holding that one. So your next one now, Mark.
And for that one, I don't like that one as much as you do, because really MJE Delroy, it has whatever 50% of Supreme Ventures. So I think it's just better for you to double down your money on Supreme Ventures, because you're really just buying Supreme Ventures, you know?
No, you're not just buying Supreme Ventures. No, you're not just buying Supreme Ventures.
You get a better return buying Supreme Ventures.
Look, there are 24 stocks in that portfolio. 24, very diversified. Very diversified.
You're over diversified. It's not like you're 70-year-old. You're aging yourself already. You're a young guy.
You know, the truth is, you're entitled to your opinion. It's money, Mark. And I am saying that.
All right. So let's, as I say in moderation, let's move on from that one, because you got 2 questions on your show, Know Your Money Matters. So you got one of the gentlemen are asking about what's your opinion of Derrimon Trading. I got detail on my list. So my opinion of Derrimon Trading is that It's going to continue to do well. I got it on my list. It's going to do very well overall. But here's the problem with Derrimon Trading right now. It's not going to move right now in the short term because there's an overhang of supply. So you know, Burrito did the APO. They bought up a tremendous amount of shares and have an associate stake in the company. But the major shareholder before, which was Mayberry, still has a huge amount of shares. So there's an overhang of supply in the market. So the stock price ain't moving. You know, is Mayberry gonna hold these shares long term? Are they gonna be bullish on the company? You know, they came up with an analyst report that they said they're bullish on Grace Kennedy. So that's hurting the stock price in the short term, to answer your question. But profit-wise, Derrimon Trading, great deal, bullish on it. But at the end of the day, there's demand-supply economics with a stock as well. So that overhang of Derrimon supply is going to hurt the stock price if you're a short-term, medium-term investor. There's another question too, Delroy, if you want to take that one. What's your opinion of the lab? They just came up with great earnings report. You know, Kimala Bennett's the CEO, well-run company, but they just came up with great earnings per share. What do you think about the lab?
Before I touch the lab, I just want to say something on Derrimon, right? They are very skillful, tactical, smart managers in that entity. So in the long run, I could probably buy Derrimon for my daughter. But if it's to give me a quick return tomorrow or by the end of the year, nah, that's not for me. That's not for me. But for the long run, I see them going there because they have made some serious strategic moves that are going to pay dividend. So
dividends long term. Okay.
It's one to watch, but for me, it's not one to buy. For me, all right.
Agreed. Well said. Well said.
Yeah, I've read the lab results. The truth is, Mark done a lot of diversification because he just shut down MJ that there. So I don't buy too many of the junior market stock. I have enough. I am satisfied with my FosRich. So I have not looked at the lab the way Mark has looked at it. I have not looked at it that way.
Okay, I know I haven't gone into depth about the lab, but the one thing I can say is that the lab actually, it might not be as a well-known company or well-known stock, but the lab is actually performing very well financially. It just might not be a very popular stock, well-known stock, to answer your question. So, but from a profitability standpoint, generating revenues, I mean, it has been a little bit of a myth to say, okay, where are all these revenues, profitability coming from? But clearly, the board is very strong, the governance is very strong, but they are delivering big profits and big profit growth. I think we both need to look at it, probably, Delroy, you know, for your viewers and give it a more in-depth analysis.
All right. I'm going to touch the one. I will take the one on Carreras for a reason.
Yes.
But remember, it's 10 stocks from our portfolio we're looking at +2. And we're basically up on time. So you need to shoot for another one, Mark, and I will grab another one.
Yeah. And I think NCB, I mean, why don't you take the Carreras question? I mean, NCB is a bellwether company. They're going through a little bit of a struggle now. I'll talk about NCB and why I'm still bullish on them. Not a big short-term mover. But why don't you take Carreras? I mean, it's a good question there.
Well, my friend, I would not leave Carreras hanging. I would make sure I have a piece of Carreras in my back pocket. That's the most. And if I say, check your licensed financial advisor tomorrow morning, what is their take on it? But I would make sure that I put it in my back pocket. I wouldn't leave it hanging out there. So any opportunity to get a piece of Carreras,
I mean, Delroy, is it the dividend yield that you like? You know, they've always kind of hovered around, 8 to 10%, or is it the growth that you like and maybe a rebound under the new CEO, or what do you like about Carreras?
Their dividend is always one that you can't discount because they have to pay back their owners overseas, so you can't ever discount a stock like Carreras. It is one of your sure to go. It's one of your sure to go dividend stocks. Simple. So there are some stocks that don't require deep A lot of things. Yes. So that one for me, guarantee earnings. Guarantee.
No, fantastic. And you know, to talk about NCB, you know, NCB just they go. I think that really they go through these storms every couple of years where the share price just doesn't do as well, Delroy. And you know, whether the share price pulls back 20, 30, 40%, you know, the earnings go through a cycle. I mean, Courier was a similar bellwether stock when they go through a cycle. You know, so they've made these big acquisitions, Guardian Holdings. They have to digest that for your viewers. And as they digest those, they maybe go through a little bit of credit losses in Jamaica, probably tourism, we assume. And as they go through these things, it's a buying opportunity or an opportunity to get into the share price. You know, you remember different cycles every couple of years when the share price would have pulled back, the share price eventually rebounds. They get the strategic acquisitions to really digest well. So that's where I think NCB is at now. But similar to probably Derrimon, as Delroy says, it's more of a medium to long-term play. But there's big upside there if you can hold and wait.
All right. Well, my final one to close is none other than the big boy Beris of Sygnus. So what is interesting about Sygnus? Sygnus, I think today, let's see what they did today. Yeah, they did today, but they're at the $15 point. You know, they had raised more money. They're still looking for growth. They're expanding same way. They have not slowed down. The pandemic has not really slowed down their aggressiveness to go for new businesses. And that is what I like about it. And if you notice their new publicity campaign, just check and see. Dr. Ike is out there. You just look and see exactly what is going on right now. How they're coming to the market. They're making themselves known. They're coming again. They are coming again. And don't forget, Beris was also a guest co-host on Money Matters. So
yeah,
I have my reasons also. So there are things in the pipeline. He told us there are things in the pipeline. So it does not shoot off how I want to, but in everything you have to exercise patience in the stock market. It's the only place.
The benefit with Sygnus, Delroy, unlike some of the other shops, is they seem to have an incredible ability to always be raising new dry powder or new money despite COVID-19 or despite the pandemic. So persons clearly believe in their team and believe in their brand.
Yes. They might be bolting soon. Right? Right. So
they might be having twins. Eh?
Well, you never can tell, but something is in the making, and I ain't letting go of it.
And then remember, you got to let your viewers know, with all of what we said, check with your licensed financial advisor. I know you always end your show that way.
Yes, the only place that they don't have to check is, we have quite a bit of persons from overseas, Mark. So I have one stock that I want to mention, because remember, they might not be buying on the Jamaica Stock Exchange, but they can do it overseas. And I don't want to give up, I put it here, Carnival. Carnival is at a nice price right now.
You know, I thought you were going to tell him about Bitcoin or something like that, you know, at Bitcoin at 32,000, but boy, you picked the tourism one of Carnival.
Yeah, but look here, crew start backing up. Okay. I want to understand that. So, airline going to move back, and as I said, cruise stock is going to go back because cruise stock. I had AIG because I told the world no once that in one night I made 10,000 US off AIG, and I'm looking back at it, and I'm looking back at it, and I'm looking back at it. But Carnival is one that I will say for the persons on that side, just spend some time and look at it. Well, I think I might be challenged here. Mark, probably you can take one other thing before. What is this one saying? Thanks, guy. Jervis here. What account for the drop in price of Epley? I've never gone deep into Epley. We know they have one of the bigger funds. That's what I can say.
Yeah.
their investment is regional. So I can't really say right now. I would have to look at that one. And you know, money matters.
It might just be a short term blip with demand and supply. I mean, there was a time when, you know, there was a lot of volumes available in Epley. If you even remember, at like, this was some time ago, but there were some volumes with some sellers at, you know, I remember at $11 or in the low teens. And I mean, they were gobbled up, and, you know, all of those persons are, you know, cashing in and happy on their way to the bank. So I think sometimes, you know, probably to answer the question is you just have sometimes some sellers or, you know, persons who, you know, add some supply to the market, and it's usually a good time to buy. We've seen that in Seprod many years ago when you could have got some great volumes at cheap prices before Panduit joined the company. So whenever you tend to see some of these kind of blips when a company has good earnings, that is sometimes a good buy signal. We're not saying that necessarily about Epley, but it's a good buy signal when your brain always tweaks as somebody who watches these shows or an investor that, okay, well, why is this happening? But the earnings are good. It should tell you that maybe it's a time to buy.
But I am happy you said that, because we need to remember this, Mark. Based on stock price sometimes, when it is high, when it dip, it gives you an opportunity to buy because you would not have otherwise bought there. And we have to remember something also to its money, Mark. Correct. Is that as the CEO of Croskery Capital, you know, you have to have your eyes out there looking for deals. And there is something I need to say about the stock market. The stock market, it does not play in isolation. It plays along in other markets. You have to watch interest rate, inflation, exchange rate. All of these things affect how someone decides to buy a portfolio and go of a portfolio and all of these things.
And Delroy, that's why I'm on Know Your Money Matters, so I can get my next tip. So I'm looking forward to it.
Next tip?
All right, good.
Main event. Main event is the next tip. Trust me.
I like that.
Listen, I took a little piece of main event. I will not say, but remember again, guys, I am also affiliated with Supreme Venture. It is fully disclosed. I am the chief of their money lending arm, Makela Financial Services. You can check that page or whatever. Go follow Mark. Mark has also another business live extra on YouTube. So follow him on YouTube, follow him on Instagram. And most naturally, you're going to go over to YouTube and follow Know Your Money Matters. Mark.
Thank you. Thank you, Delroy.
I don't know if you can take one more question, but I will give you the opportunity. There is at least one more. So we want to make sure our viewers that join us feel satisfied. So you can take another question. The program is exactly half hour, but we're giving you bonus tonight. Just like bonus shares, you have to get it sometime because you earn it and you stick with the company. We're sticking with it tonight and give you a bonus question. You can shoot, Mark, and then take us out.
Sure. You wanna read it or tell me what it is? Which question?
It asks about. Hold on. I thought your eyes were better than mine.
We've taken so many questions. I just figured we ran out of questions.
No. You don't run out. Jesus, tropical battery. All right, man. Just take tropical battery because I have made something of tropical battery.
I think, tropical battery. They made some recent executive changes. I mean, they did a promotion to a deputy managing director. I think he's been with the business about 5 years. So they made some management changes. The stock seems to have very limited supply. That's benefiting the stock. So there is demand. It doesn't seem like there's excessive demand. You know, culturally, us in Jamaica, sometimes when we see a stock at $1.20, $1.30, $1.40, we're going to say it's cheap, but you know that that's not the right way to look at stocks. But they made management changes. It's a commodity business, so it's a tough business to make money, but they have made incremental money. So there's a lot of analysts out there that I talk to. There's a lot of, let's say persons out there that we speak to, and they are actually seeing good value in tropical battery based on where it is now. And the key thing is that it's tightly held, so you're probably going to see some appreciation in the stock price. This new JV that they announced with CAC 2000 is probably going to help them as well, and they seem to be aggressive as a board.
But it's money, Mark. It's money, Mark.
Yeah,
they have advantage. They have advantage because one of the things that they have done is that they have revisited their distribution chain. And if you notice, you can get a tropical battery on a bike. You can get it at the corner. You can get it in the gas. So the distribution network that they have put in plus product. So it is not and again, because it is tightly held, it's going to shoot. It's going to have the appreciation.
Well,
so it's a good.
I give you a brainstorm tonight. Personally, I'm not on the board of Tropical Battery, but I want to see Tropical Battery go into gas stations and do like auto zones. I don't see huge growth potential for Tropical Battery in their current business model. So, I mean, I like the electric vehicle idea they're doing with CAC 2000, but I think their brand, for your viewers, is the best brand in Jamaica. But I want to see them capitalize on the brand. When you go around USA and you see auto zones and you see battery places set up in Costco all around the USA, I mean, they should have a Tropical